Hey Falcons fans! Recently, some news came out that took everyone by surprise. It blew up all over the web and got a lot of talk on social media. I'll tell you everything that happened here, so stay until the end. Before we dive into today's exciting news, be sure to hit the like button so you don't miss any updates from this season. First, let's talk about our defense and the big move that head coach Raheem Morris just announced. Mike Hughes, who has been putting in the work since joining the Falcons, has officially secured the starting cornerback spot opposite A.J. Terrell. Mike's journey to CB2. We all know that A.J. Terrell is locked in as our starting cornerback, but the question on everyone's mind has been, who will take over as CB2? Well, that's no longer a mystery. Mike, entering his second season with the Falcons, has earned the starting spot. After a competitive offseason, Hughes beat out Clark Phillips for the position, proving that his hard work and determination are paying off. A look back at Mike's career. Hughes' path to this point has not been easy. A former first-round pick of the Vikings, he bounced around the league, spending time with the Chiefs and Lions before arriving in Atlanta. Last season, he played in 15 games for us, including 4 starts, and showed flashes of the talent that made him a first-rounder. But it was this offseason that Hughes really made his mark, impressing the coaching staff with his ball skills and consistency. Coach Morris had nothing but praise for Hughes, saying, "I can't tell you what's held him back in the past, but I can tell you what he's doing now, showing up on the ball, being around the ball, and being in the right position. He's done a good job doing a lot of things here." What does this mean for the Falcons? With Hughes locking down the CB2 spot, our secondary is shaping up to be one of the strongest in the league. His versatility is a huge asset. He can not only hold his own on the perimeter, but he also has experience playing in the slot. This gives Coach Morris plenty of options to mix things up depending on the matchup. D. Alford will likely see time in the slot, but don't be surprised if Hughes moves inside in certain situations to give Phillips a chance on the outside. As Hughes prepares to start the season as a key part of our defense, his performance will be crucial in determining his future with the Falcons. With his contract up at the end of the season, Hughes is playing not just for wins, but for his next deal, whether that means staying here in Atlanta or moving on to another team. What do you think, Falcons fans? Are you excited to see what Mike Hughes can do as our starting corner? What do you think of the depth and versatility of our secondary heading into the season? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. The Atlanta Falcons just announced their first wave of cuts, trimming their roster to 53 players. With Tuesday's deadline approaching, the team is making some tough decisions. In the first round, 13 players were waived, and while there are no major surprises, there are a few names that may ring a bell. For example, Donovan Mutin had a strong performance in the last preseason game, but it wasn't enough to earn his spot on the team. Other players like Paddock, Anai, and a few offensive linemen could still find a spot on the practice squad, but nothing is guaranteed. The early timing of these cuts suggests that the coaching staff has a clear vision for the core of this team going forward. One thing to note, no defensive linemen were included in this initial round of cuts, which leaves a lot of questions about the depth and strategy at that position. The roster is still very much in flux, especially with more cuts expected in the next day or so. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think of these cuts? Any surprises? And who do you think will make the final roster? Now, let's dive into a story that's sure to inspire and get you excited about one of our newest rookies, O.J. Hillier. When you think of the journey to the NFL, you might picture big-name colleges and first-round picks, but O.J. Hillier's path has been anything but typical. Growing up in Belle Glade, Florida, a small town known more for its challenges than opportunities, Hillier learned early on that football could be his ticket out. In a place where crime is common and opportunities are few, football isn't just a sport, it's a lifeline. Belle Glade has a rich history of producing NFL talent, and Hillier's high school, Glade Central, was once known for sending more players to the NFL than any other school in the country. Big names like Pro Bowl running back Fred Taylor and Super Bowl MVP receiver Santonio Holmes came from the same program that shaped Hillier. But Hillier's journey wasn't a smooth ride to stardom. As a high school junior, he tore up his knee, sidelining him and casting doubts over his future. It wasn't until his senior year that he started to turn heads, and even then, he wasn't the biggest or the strongest on the field. What Hillier lacked in size, he made up for in consistency and heart. Alabama A&M offensive coordinator Dwayne Taylor saw something in him that others missed, a reliable player with a deep love for the game. Alabama A&M was the only school to offer Hillier a chance, and he made the most of it. Arriving at a lean 150 pounds, he was told to bulk up, and bulk up he did through a diet of push-ups and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Whatever sacrifices needed to be made, Hillier was ready to make them. Taylor pushed him hard, knowing that the NFL demands more than just talent. It requires grit, stamina, and the ability to push through even when you're dead tired. But the real turning point for Hillier came during the COVID-19 pandemic. With the world shut down, he found unconventional ways to train, often working out with NFL-caliber talent, including Buffalo Bills cornerback Kaiir Elam. These workouts sharpened his skills, his focus, and his determination, leading to a breakout season at Alabama A&M where he became one of the best receivers in the SWAC. However, despite his success, Hillier knew he needed more to prove himself as an NFL prospect. After conversations with his coaches and his older brother Hygen's success, who also acts as his co-representative, Hillier made the tough decision to transfer to Bowling Green State University. He wasn't just chasing stats, he was seeking to master the complexities of a pro-style offense, a crucial step for any player with NFL aspirations. At Bowling Green, Hillier continued to impress. In a memorable game against Marshall, he made a jaw-dropping touchdown catch that landed him on SportsCenter's top 10. His ability to make acrobatic catches and his elite ball skills caught the attention of scouts, and by the end of his time at Bowling Green, he was a proven playmaker ready for the next level. But even with all his accomplishments, Hillier's journey to the NFL was far from guaranteed. Despite his impressive college career, he wasn't invited to the NFL Combine, a major setback for any draft hopeful. But the Falcons saw something in him, his hands, his body control, his ability to make plays when it matters most. And that's why, when the draft ended, the Falcons didn't hesitate to bring him on as an undrafted rookie. Falcons fans, O.J. Hillier's story is one of perseverance, heart, and sheer determination. He's not the biggest name, but he's got the biggest heart, and that's exactly what makes him an exciting addition to our team. What do you think about O.J. Hillier? Could he be the next big thing for the Falcons? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update on this rising star. Go Falcons!